What the hell? Mic test. Oh, there it goes. Now we're on. What's up, y'all? We're about to get started here in about 1.23 minutes. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Oh, what's going on, y'all? It's been a little bit of time. This is Z Rex with no noise. It's episode 307, all the way at the end of July, the 24th of 2023. Yeah, I was supposed to come back last week, but I ended up extending the camping trip for another week when we were in Colorado, my son and I. So that was fun in the woods, hanging out, all that stuff. So that's why I haven't been around. I did mention that on my last video. I thought I was going to be able to do some stuff from there, but the app doesn't let you do chatting, and my phone service sucked. Pretty much didn't have any service like most of the time, but that's okay. That's why you go camping out in the woods, right? To get away from electronics. It felt great. Disconnected from the matrix for a little while, so that was nice. Anyway, y'all don't care about that. Let's talk about price action because we got plenty to talk about in the couple of weeks that I was gone. We had just some hovering. Let's start with Mama Bear, as we usually do. We just had some hovering underneath this freaking horizontal that we've been watching for a long time. This has been printed on my chart for many a moons, and we are not able to get over it. The bulls are just struggling hardcore every single candle. This will be the fifth week actually up here after the pump right here, which was people attributed to the what the hell was that? Some news thing. I don't really care about news that much, but I think it was BlackRock or some ETF crap. Whatever, it doesn't matter to me. I more so saw the doji candle here, the hammer type candle, and then follow through on major support. So we don't need no stinking news. Anyway, this is kind of just lollygagging. We still have major support around 26 to 28. Like longer term stuff really hasn't changed since the last video a couple of weeks ago. We're kind of just taking a little liquidation break, it looks like. I would only start to get concerned if we break this little swing low below this candle. Even losing 28,000 starts to get a little bit concerning. But it would really have to take this out here and make a lower low instead of these higher lows and higher lows that we are currently seeing. One nasty thing is we're getting a little bit of pressure today. Looks like most everything is red except for Dogecoin. Almighty Doge is at 769. Oh yeah. So Doge is literally the only coin up today that we look at regularly. On the 458, if we zoom in, we did get a vol flash. And this is a free indicator. I talk about it all the time. What's going on, Hami Drezov 66? How are you doing? We'll just call you Hami. What's going on, Hami? Welcome. But yeah, we got these two magenta candles really outlining how serious this mid 3100. Ooh, man, not 3100. Don't want to scare you. 31,000. Resistance has been no joke, man. It's been up here literally, what is this, a month now? It's actually over a month. This is 22nd, and we're at the 24th. So over a month, Bulls couldn't push through it. That is a little bit weak sauce. They should be able to have pumped through that. And we had this riding on the line for a little bit. We are breaking it today. Now, noteworthy, we are sitting right on the 200 for the 458. That's not as a significant area as the daily, but we'll take it for now. We got a little support there. And a lot of times off these vol flashes, they are directionless. You will get price action fairly soon after those, and they are directionless. But the one thing I have noticed about them a lot is the first initial move from the flash is generally a fake out move. So is that happening right here? Oh man, possibly. This is pretty, like, to be fair though, this candle right here is pretty nasty. This one that just printed about 30, 40 minutes ago. I mean, that's a full open and close below all of this range, which the Bears is trying to creep in. You can see him getting dominance too on the DMI. RSI looking pretty weak. Let's see if that's creeped up into the daily. No, not quite in the daily. The Bulls still look okay on the daily. Although, man, technically I didn't notice this till just today. We did have 3 stabs of bearish divergence here. Bam, bam, bam before the sell-off. Pretty nasty. Sub that 30K, 31K area is just more range-bound crap, which we've been in since March, pretty much. More or less, we've been sideways as F since this little breakout attempt, and we're just not really getting no follow through. I think our best hope for bullish action is this is just a little liquidation scare mode after the vol flash, and that this is going to be rejected around here by the bulls and we follow through. I think that's kind of the best scenario at this point for the bulls, because we start getting comfy back below. Man, I even think below 28,000 is going to start to look a little bit nasty. Oh, talk about Forex signals. Oh, Hammy's a Forex guy, eh? Does crypto count as Forex? I don't know. Is it a currency? I don't really know. I'm just curious. It kind of is, right? We do talk about some Forex stuff. That is not my specialty or something that I really like to watch that much. Although I should trade it more because it does respect technicals and Fibonacci very well, but I digress. We'll get to those here in a little bit after we go through the crypto list. All right, let's see. Futures, no, nothing really there. Oh, yeah, I wanted to see the monthlies coming up. Should be this month, right? Yeah, this weekend, it looks like. Or actually next Monday, sorry. I'll get it right eventually. Open and close above the 21 EMA. Hey, that might be pretty good. Let's revisit that on Friday when we're a little bit closer, since we still do have a week left there. All right. Futures. I mean, yeah, there we go. 27 handle on this. It's a little lower than that 28,000. Lots of support there. Mega support there. And, if you watch the show and the stream, this has been kind of tit for tat on the direction here that we've been going for a while. And I mean, it still looks okay. I'm just at 28K level, man. Better just hold on. Man, I haven't really looked at charts in a long time. We just got back, late Friday, so catch back up. Look at this, GBDC gap fill right here. Very nice gap fill. Next gap fill is up here at about $24. This was a big, I did see this candle. I went and glanced, and I tried to post something on my ideas page, but I don't know why you can't post from your phone, from the phone app. So weird, but whatever. This was a concern for me when I saw this candle. Did not like this attempt to break out an immediate rejection. We did get that on Bitcoin too. When you get these kind of engulfing candles at really critical areas and they just completely reject that price action, that's generally not a good sign. And make note of where that price is. Of course, it's going to be right here at this horizontal, which we already know of. But these are very serious structures right here. These could be called a tweezer top too, as well, since it's at the top of range here. But when you see those, that is very significant price action. and it's just really hammering down that 31,000 handle. And until we really get probably 2 or 3 days open and close above that, we're not out of the woods yet. That's for sure. We're trying. Because you could even, let's take, is this a 382 retrace? Ooh, it is close. It is. Oh, that's also a point in contention. 382s. If the Momo is going to stay with the Bears here, this is where they will fail. And by not, I'm sorry, let me re-say that. If the momentum is going to fail here for the Bulls, this is where the Bears will reject it around the 382. And generally around those areas, that's like the strong momentum is to the downside. If this were to happen and we got back below like 28 is kind of like my caution number, but if we started getting back below like 26, man, this could turn into a failed breakout. And I know people probably don't want to hear that. And we could easily test back to the 20K area into these horizontals in between 18 and change and 24 and change. So that becomes a very real possibility, losing 26 from the structure. Because also another thing, let me get rid of this. Another thing is the 21 EMA. We spoke about this a little bit before I left. Is all the way up at 27.5 now. So I put a lot of weight on the 21 EMA. And so we get an open and close below the 21 EMA on a weekly. I would start to get really cautious, and I would definitely take a lot of my long exposure on crypto off. Unfortunately, I mean, I know we all want moonshots and all this other crap, but I like to listen to the price action. And right now the price is saying, we're still fine building it up. We got this really nice support level right here with all the EMAs within, I mean, what is this? A couple percent? Yeah, 2.7%, less than $1,000. Mega support right around here. So as long as we're above that, it's okay. Only, like I said, getting comfy below that 28,000 area. And we got a similar structure with Ethereum, a little bit farther away from the 200. It did a tweezer on the weekly, though. This kind of sucks. I don't know why I haven't noticed that before. All the way back in April. The struggle is real for doubles. It really is. Trying to break out 2K, man. Shit has not changed in so many videos. 2,000 on Ethereum, 31,000 handle on Bitcoin. That's been literally these videos for like 2 months. I feel like it is what it is. I guess you can't force price action to do anything. And right now it's just kind of, oh, look, back right in the stupid middle of the range. Yay. Not really anything to add there. Well, actually, let me add one thing. So, where's the weekly 21 on this? Oh, man, right below it at about 1,800-ish. We'll just call it 18 flat. And then we got the 200 and this horizontal at around 1760-ish. We are on a trend line. So we're getting a little testy here. If bulls are really strong underneath the surface, I am expecting this week or soon that we are going to see a snap and a retest of these highs. Just given this kind of structure that we're seeing, that easily could be in the cards. And again, back below 28,000 and back below about 1,800 even on Ethereum would be a little bit concerning. Just a little bit. Litecoin getting smashed on. It's inside of its blue box. Let's extend that a little bit. So, hey, look, blue box. Yay, we've been in this shit for way too damn long. Oh, my God. Squeezed between the 200 and the 21. There's just not, I mean, it's still got higher highs, higher lows, just barely on the higher lows part, kind of even lows. The struggle is real at $100, man. We've got so much overhead resistance that the bulls really need to try to get over that. I mean, they did technically on Litecoin, but I'm more talking about Mama Bear and Ethereum. Nice pump here off of this. Attempted to get a few open and closes above a 104. This actually looked really good, but then we got immediate rejection, man. And then the bulls couldn't even get back above, that 100 level. So the struggle is real, and we're just kind of seeing the same MO across the board here, just sideways action, Just can't get over these mega resistance points. Pretty interesting. ETC dump fest right to the trend line again. Uh-oh. XRP selling off to the 21 EMA. Had a nice little pump here. It's already off about 15%. Struggling as well. If this closes below 70 cents, 71 cents, we will make a low here. Does have good support though at around 65. So you could definitely lean bullish on this above 65 cents. Below 65, I would say testing the retops of this, but very nice pump on Ripple Me Nipples with that SEC crap or the ruling. It was half security, half not. I don't even know. I don't care about that shit. News is dumb. Look at this chart pattern right here. This is well before anyone knew that this was going to pop, right? We can just take this part off. I just want to make a point here that Trump, wait, shit, it's not Trump. Price trumps news. Sorry, I'm a little rusty here. It's been a couple of weeks. Price trumps news. Look at this. Ascending triangle. We've been talking about this on the stream for a while. Looking for a big pop out of this as long as it kept structure. This is well before any XRP news. And look at this. Perfect, beautiful ascending triangle off of this bitch. And it popped right at the 70-ish percent zone. So that is very textbook on technical analysis there. No news needed. And I know that is counterintuitive to a lot of people's strategies. Hey, if you make money trading news, more power to you. I found it just effed my head up and got too emotional. And it's just a bunch of malarkey anyway. So I just found that reading price is a lot more better. And the famous Bernard Baruch said, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Because we're all going to get a little bit of that bullshit news anyway, just from meme reading and friends and other things. So anyway, I digress. XLM, as long as it's above this 14-ish area inside this blue box, it's okay. But it does look like it's kind of losing some steam. Let's see, daily. Still making higher highs, higher lows. Could maybe stretch that to like 13 flat if you're a little bit looser on your tolerances. This kind of was interesting. Tron pumped real hard on Saturday and ended up giving it all up back into the stupid range. Is this like a rejection type candle? It almost got to the bottom of our target here at 10 cents. Pretty close. Is it a rejection? I don't know. It still looks okay. It's still higher highs, higher lows. We're still riding this little kind of sloppy trend line right here. So until like that breaks or the daily 21 or we lose like 7.5 on a longer term, it still looks fine. It's fine. Give me 1 sec. Oh, all right. Let's see here. Dot. Womp, womp, womp. Lame chart. Man, it's starting to kind of round off here. Distribution type stuff at these lows. That's not good, man. This chart does not look good. The struggle at the 21 EMA. Yeah, I don't really like this below 550s. Below 550s, pretty high risk, especially with Bitcoin and Ethereum just getting mollywopped. I mean, mollywopped is not the term. I meant not today getting mollywopped, but from this attempt getting over 2K recently, just getting slapped. ADA, a lot of these are probably going to look pretty nasty. Yeah, a little pump, got excited. Kind of everything was getting a little bit excited after that ruling. But I mean, look at this. What do you do with this chart here? I mean, this is freaking. I mean, yeah, there's this trend line cross and trying to stay above, the upper 20s, but it's not super awesome. 28 cents. I'm trying to put something on there above 28 cents. It looks okay. This is some sloppy spaghetti ass EMA shit though. This is a little bit harder of a read. Using structure on this alone is probably the best way to go. And above, yeah, about 28 pennies. It's okay. I don't own any of that one. Look at Link. The Link Marines. Linky Poo is coming up to the top of the box. Very nice run. False breakdown. leads to fast, quick moves to the other side of range, generally, like probably 80% of the time. We got that. Here we are, y'all, all the way up to the $8. We didn't get quite above the blue box, but this is actually setting up better than most charts. Another couple days up here, and we'll have the EMAs all in chronological order right in the middle of this box. And that would look pretty sexy, because what's different about all these other crosses, you're like, well, what about over here and over here and over here? Well, slope analysis is very important in EMAs. And if you see here, the slope of the 200, which is this dotted gray one in the middle, was flat. It was not pointed up. It was even down here, down, when this was trying to get partying. This time, though, we actually, let's assume that we'll be above $7 over here to just show this example. These EMAs will catch up and cross, and the slopes will be up on all of the EMAs. That is very significant difference than the longer term trend one being flat. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense, because I think that's super important, and one of my favorite setups when you see all the EMAs right on top of each other, breaking out, opening up, kind of like the less than sign for the alligator eats the bigger one. I don't know if that's probably too much and confusing, but whatever. ADA, man, or EOS, kind of EDA-esque. Actually, even worse. This chart actually looks like bullshit below 80 cents. I don't even care about that chart below 80 cents. Oh, BCH. Yes, this thing pumped real hard. We were looking for a mega pump. This one kind of shocked me. Did not expect this mega pump here. We have seen a couple of these sprinkled around the crypto ecosystem, so that is interesting. I don't know if bulls are kind of sneakily trying to come in the background, but this is a pretty nice pamp here, and above this 210-ish area looks pretty good. I did sell a bunch of stuff up here when it pumped, just getting up under this trend line and how aggressive this was. I decided to take profits on this Bitcoin Cash position, because that is just a mega super pump. And we talked about that, I think, on the video before I left. Yeah, that was right before I left, because I left on the 3rd of July. But yeah, so I took some off on that, maybe redeploy, just have some fresh powder too, because I was pretty heavily allocated in this and in crypto in general. So I'm just going to kind of wait and use that powder maybe to re-enter here if we get a little bit more selling, or just kind of be patient. Sometimes I'm not a huge fan of hodl and hope. I do think that it has its place. I think that it did have its place more so in the past than it does now. There's just so many more people in the crypto space. And also, I mean, Bitcoin and most of these coins have already run up so much from, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. It makes it a little bit more difficult to do that. All right. BSV. Oh, snap. Look at that. Gave up all them gains. All them gains. 26% off that little pump. Now, is this still significant and good? Yeah, it definitely is. Making a higher high off of all of this structure. And I would have liked to see the bulls defended a little bit better around like low 40s. But being right here above this cluster is still decent. Only below about 33 would I start to be concerned. And is this a really sloppy, ugly H pattern? No, that's stretching it too much. But yeah, above about 33-ish, low 30s, it looks okay. XMR kind of just hovering up here. Is this a really sloppy flag type formation? You could argue that. I do like the slopes of the EMAs. I do like that it's back above this horizontal and the trend line and all the EMAs. Let's zoom out to the weekly. Yeah, and the weekly is kind of just chilling up here above the upper 150s. This actually does look pretty good above about 157. So I can't really hate on it too much. Would have liked to see the bulls make a little bit better of an attempt right here on this attempt. That's a lot of attempts. A little bit better of a move on this attempt. Let's try to be a little smarter here with our words. Anyway, this does look fairly decent. Let's see, a flag let's measure that real quick because this could be a potentially big ass move right here. And I'm not going to draw the whole flag. It's something about like that. Breaks out. That is pointing us to about the nice round number of $200, which puts us right smack in the middle of our range here in all of this business. So that would look pretty good, and that target would engage with a open and close or within open and close above about 169. Oh, of course it's 169. And I would like two open and closes above that just for some double extra confirmation. Back below 157 negates that structure. Zcash back above 29 at least, but it's just chilling. We had one defense right here, and this is kind of a pennant too. You can see here, little pennant type flag formation. It does the same measured moves. Looks like it'll probably hit us right here at the top of here. Yep, right at about 42. Of course, it's got to be a meme number. You already know that. Only the meme numbers. That's the only price we get now. Back below this 29, though, would look pretty nasty. And there's no momentum right now after this little consolidation. So back below 28, nasty. Back above 32, let's get it. I'm just going to do like every analysis like that. Back below this, sucks. Back above this, hell yeah. This chart is pretty whack. Poor Dash. Dash can't really do shit. Man, this actually chart looks shitty like EOS. This is not a good looking chart. I mean, it's just getting worked by the short-term EMAs. All the slopes are down. It's riding this trend line. I mean, and it's already back below 33. Garbage. Garbage-ass chart below 33 handle. All right. Oh, look. What is this? Pump and dump? You can't even look at the damn 7-minute or even the 3-hour on Doge. Let's just stick to the daily. It keeps trying to break out here the last few days over the weekend, getting to triple sevens. Of course, it's going to be, that's almost meme number, triple sevens. I do like the cross. This is attempting to make some higher highs. So far, a little bit of a struggle. The Doge struggle is real. It is making higher lows, though, right off 666. That's very important, and that's pretty nice. But this damn 8-cent handle, or just kind of 8-cent flat, is very mega resistance. If we were able to close and open and close above there on a daily, maybe one or two of them, I would look for a test to this top of range at about 9.5 pennies. Looks like the bears are slapping the bulls, though, every time it even gets into the sevens. I mean, even at the beginning of the stream, we were up here in the upper sevens, and before I even got to Doge, in less than 30 minutes, it got slappeth. Weekly, not really anything on the weekly there, just sideways as F. Most of what we're seeing is on the daily, attempting to make a higher high. We got the higher lows, but we don't have higher highs yet. So, kind of in between these two EMAs. Ooh. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, so above 666, still fine, but really need to clear that 8-cent level. Blomp, womp, womp, terrible, does not look good. Stacks, you're not stacking right now. You are falling down, Jenga style. Oh man, I just don't care about this chart until we're above 69. I believe that's the number, isn't it? Yeah, right around 69 cents. Easy to remember. Below 69, whack. Above 69, cool. True. Oh, it is not true to anything except the bears and pain. Terrible chart. This sucks. Maybe get some support at 3 too. But I mean, this is nasty. Nasty price action. This little bullshit rounded distribution again keeps selling. Back below 3 cents. I mean, that opens up here to 2.7. Below 2.7 is black hole mode. XRD. I mean, this is descending triangle all day. Barely holding on 5.5. Below 5.5, that opens up the door all the way to probably 4.2. That's the middle of this range. Looking pretty nasty on Radix. I guess you could argue it's just retesting and hanging out in this consolidation, maybe before continuation, but I don't see anything really good on the daily yet. Pretty nasty. I would change my tone a little bit if we got back up into the mid sixes. V chain. Oh, look, sideways is F. Yay. God damn, dude. The halving's coming up soon. We're going to do a chart here in a minute also with the hash ribbons that I think is very important right now. V-chain, who cares? Atom, same chart. Who cares? Whatever. It needs to get back above like $10. Terrible. Terrible chart too. Osmos just bleeding out. Maybe above 48. This could be a bottom. But man, looking pretty nasty. Rejection, just follow through. Went right back up to that close to 69. That's the big macro line in the sand. Above 69, we can start looking for some good pumps. But right now, pretty whack. Ton, yeah, getting rejection. We're getting a lot of rejections today. And pulse chain. I added this one on there to watch it because it's the new hex or whatever. And maybe it pumps, maybe it doesn't. It was the largest airdrop in crypto history. Pretty interesting. I don't know. Go read about pulse chain and how they issued it at 0. It's kind of it's different, that's for sure. I don't recall any chain that's done or an airdrop like that. All right. Oh, sorry about that. Let's see. So it looks okay as long as it's holding this about 930 area. All right, 2. Actually, let me do this real quick before I forget. Hash ribbons. Look at the hash ribbons. We actually closed and went back into capitulation mode with some red action recently. While I was gone on the camping trip that happened. So the hash ribbon signal has been an epic buy signal. I think the only time it's ever been wrong was this one right here in August of 22. Every other time before that, it has had follow through of, I believe, of at least like 20 something percent. But man, this is the only time it was wrong was on August. So, interestingly enough, we are in capitulation mode right now up at these highs. And you can see up here, it actually looked worse yesterday. So, this is kind of weird that this is happening on some selling. But yesterday, this actually was red and opening down. And I was starting to get a little bit concerned for selling pressure, which I guess we did get today, technically. But I'm like looking for more sustained red like this, right? And then we want to see that flip buy signal. I'm wondering if we're about to get another one of those. If we get another one of those and price stays above 28,000, I do think that would be a very good signal that bulls are going to take and run this a little bit mo. So just a little food for thought. And this is a free indicator too on TradingView. You can just look it up. It's just called hash ribbons. It's an old school one. People used to talk about it all the time on crypto Twitter. I don't really look at a lot of that stuff that much, but back when I first started, because it's just so freaking noisy, so much goddamn noise. But anyway, I digress a little bit. Looking for this buy signal right around here. See if that happens. That could build up for really nice price action. All right, let's go to, oh shit, wrong chart. Boom, there we go. ES still looking fine and dandy, just freaking hanging out in the mid 4,000s. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this chart. It's freaking bullish as hell. The one thing that is a little bit interesting, I guess, is that on DMI, we are in the forgotten zone right now at 7. That does not happen very often. The last time that happened was all the way back, in November, December of 2017, man. Holy shit balls. Which we still rallied really hard. Got a little slop fest, little sell-off in that December, a year later in the Christmas horror. But interesting enough, right now, there's nothing bearish about this chart. Now, is there something about like maybe stalling and at a point of contention? Yes, we are at the 78886 retracements. Those are deep retraces, and you can apply this to pretty much any tradable. These are very deep retraces, and whenever you get to these levels, you usually get a little bit of rejection and price. I don't want to say discovery because we've already been here before, but I can't think of the word right now. But usually get a little bit of rejection, and if it comes back out of this and closes back below previous range, which would be about 4,400, that would actually be a little bit bearish, and I'd look for probably 200-300 points lower and testing this little whatever this is, kind of complex inverted head and shoulder funky pattern. So that is the only part that's I wouldn't say bearish, but maybe like a little bit of a pause from the bulls. But let's say they just stay above this 45 horizontal right here from our kind of target area, then man, it's all good. And until really that breaks that 45 level, I mean, I ain't got no problems with this chart. In Q, a little sell off. What is that on last Thursday? Man, look at that. Came right up to also the 786. Looks like I have that drawn here. I'm sorry, the 886. Looks like mega resistance also on this trend line that's been intact for, I think that goes back to like 2000 or something. But let's get this cleaned up a little bit. There we go. So pretty interesting. Getting vol flashes at the top of range is always weird to me, but looks like it doesn't matter. We're just going up and to the right. Mega pumping above 14.9, man. I mean, I can't really even get super bearish above 14.9. Just higher highs, higher lows. Wow, we're stretching also on the Dow has caught up. We're getting a vol flash today as it approaches this next horizontal 35.7. Man, the Dow has been playing so well technically. I mean, it just goes in ranges, gets continuation to the other side. Sometimes comes back out and goes into the next range. But you can see all these horizontals have been so well respected by Dow. A little sloppy right here, to be fair, but other than that, you got this W pattern giving a measured move up to the top of this range. Now, yes, there should be some pretty good resistance here. And this is probably at a 786 as well. Let's just see. Yes, it is 786, 886. So we're at the point where it's like, all right, maybe it's time to chill out a little bit. We've had some mega rallies. We've had a lot of AI hype. We are going into the weaker seasonality too for the beginning of fall into summer. You know, September is generally a pretty shitty month for equities. So, you know, if it was me and I have more exposure to crypto than I do equities. I kind of just trade in and out of those. But if it was me for long-term hodls on equities, I'd probably take some profits here and just see what the fall is going to do. You know, because earnings haven't been super good. There's still some underlying issues people are concerned about. You know, inflation's definitely, prices went up again. The grocery store. I don't know how the government does these numbers saying inflation's going down. I'm pretty sure none of y'all see that. Gas is kind of the only thing that has come down a little bit. And that also depends where you're at. I'm down in Texas, so we usually already have cheap gas. So I know everybody hates us probably for that. I went to Colorado and it was $4 up there. I still think it's 4 something in Cali. So it's like, God damn. All right, Russell. I'm digressing here. Russell's the one that hasn't really, I mean, it's ran pretty good. It's above that 1900 level. We're now trying to get to that 2K level. But look, we got this little incrementally lower high, higher low. That is symmetrical triangle-ish. And it looks like we still probably got till the end of the year before the apex on that. Roughly, maybe the beginning of the year a little bit. But really need to clear about 2K. And that opens the doors to about 2060. And as long as we're kind of above this 1900 level, y'all know that's been the level we've been watching like a hawk. It doesn't look terrible. The only problem here is if this pattern does keep up with this little stretched out high, it does seem to get rejected pretty fast. So that is a little bit interesting. That's a little bit interesting. Where would I be concerned with that coming to fruition? Getting back below like 1920. Getting comfy back below 1920 would look pretty bad. All right, the trannies. Wow, the trannies are just freaking mooning. The trannies are fully erect right now. It looks like above 15.5 is party time, man. I ain't got no problems with that. That's good for all the underlying, stock market stuff, transportations. This some people call this the actual market. So this is actually looking pretty good above 15.5. Not too shabby. Surprisingly enough, the DAX is still flat. I haven't looked at the DAX since I left. This is a funky ass crown pattern. I don't know what the shit this is. A lot of confusion. We did make a little bit of a lower low right here, so that's interesting. We do that again. This thing probably is going to come back to this green box at minimum. But then we have the 200 matching with it, so that has the potential to break down to the lower 14,000s. Really need to see this clear. 16.5. We're just kind of lollygagging up here. Oh, snap. Poor China. I know everybody has a soft spot for China. Is this a sloppy H? Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, so man, this is interesting. If we hold right here at 31.50 and get back above 32.50 here shortly, like within the next 2-3 weeks ish, that could actually be a nice little buy setup there. Would like to see it get back up in this green box, and that could be a good trade to the other side of range. Also, shorting this could be good if we did get confirmation on this pattern below that 31.50 area. VIX is dead. It's 13. It's so low. People say the VIX is broken. It's probably not broken. It's just because there's more option volumes in the 0 day to expiration and 1 day expiration options. I mean, it's insane that people keep trading those. That is picking up coins in front of or picking up the pennies in front of the steamroller, man. That's how I blew out my first account, was trying to trade VIX. You're like, oh, it's low. It only can go higher. Well, bullshit. That shit can cluster for so long. Look at this. It literally clustered for, what is that, 3 years? Yeah, there's like two little spikes. But to make money on this with the theta decay and all this stuff, I mean, you'll burn out so much holding that even when this spike happens, you pretty much might have like an hour to get out of it if you can to make any kind of money. Oh crap, what am I moving here? Let's just undo that. Whoops. Anyway, I digress. Trading VIX is very dangerous. Be careful. Contango's a motherfucker, and so is Theta. All right. VVIX, though, continues to have this little funky pattern. Look at this. It's actually like just kind of hovering right below 100 in the 90s. That's a little bit different for VIX being so low. Huh. I don't know. Interesting. See if that gets above 100 here, right in August at some point. That could be a little bit concerning. And also, look at this, a vol flash on VVIX. I don't know if I've ever seen one of those. Yeah, here's one. Look at this. Wow, at the lows too, before a very large spike about a month later. And that's the November 21. And let's see, where's the last one? Oh, wow, another one right here before the mega COVID spike. Oh shit, y'all. That's interesting. Where's the last one? Right here. Let's see. Also had a little spike too of 40%. Interesting. Right here. Wow, another one of 30 something percent. Interesting. Here's another. What the shit, y'all? Another one was 75%. Here's one that there's always one that doesn't work. Here's one that kind of got sloppy. It ended up doing about a 22%, after it kind of fell out. And then a few months later did a big spike back up to 100. And then we're all the way back over here. In January of 2013, it also did about 30%. All right, so that is actually significant. I don't see those very often. Interesting, man. Yeah, hey, dude, like, so what, dudes and chicks and Zers and Zers, I thought that that this is a bit weird of structure considering how low VIX is. And now I'm like, actually, now I'm kind of in the fall coming up and seasonality being shitty right now. This is very interesting to me. If this thing gets over 100, I'd be very cautious for a large upside move on VIX. Huh. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's definitely keep an eye on that. Very, very interesting. So we finally broke this. VIX futures just beat the shit up. Let's go to Earl. Earl, look at Earl. Got back in the box, coming up to the top of box. Very nice. It's getting its pump on. Let's see the weekly. The weekly's okay, a little bit sloppy EMAs, but in this box it looks fine. I do like that, and as long as we're staying above like $73, I'm gonna lean a little bit bullish on this for show. Nat Gas, oh Nat Gas, you little bitch. So it's still technically making higher highs and higher lows ish. It is on an attempt right now to make a higher high. Will it get it? Well, it will if we see over 280. We see over 280. I do think this thing will go to like 3 to 320. There is mega resistance here at that 280 area, though. But hey, so far, so good. Looking pretty nice. Bonds, sideways as hell. Look, this chart hasn't changed. Jesus Christ. What the shit, man? Is there a Fed? I think there's a Fed meeting this week. Or there's one coming up, but ZN, whatever. Don't care. Dollar got mollywopped all the way back down to, wow, 99. I did not see that when I was gone. Holy moly. This low 100s resistance is real. And now we actually are making lower highs and lower lows. Mega resistance at about 101. Interesting. Yeah, just chilling. Is this false breakout? They about to pull back on hikes? Maybe even cut? I don't know. Sloppy bond charts, man. The bond charts are actually kind of the harder ones to read right now. Let's see. TNX. Yeah, I mean, what's up the sleeve of the Fed? All right, hold on. Wait, what? All right, so that's Dixie and Euro. Okay, so Euro actually looks pretty good above 110 if you like to trade the currency pairs. Not too shabby. The only concern I would have is this is a false breakout, and we're about to test the other side of range, about 108. So that would be like the only concern. But overall, it does look pretty damn good. That candle a couple weeks ago, very nice. Really giving support to that 110 area. Gold. Oh, it struggles at the 2K level once more again. Now, on the daily, we are trying to get the momentum back for the bulls, so that's noteworthy. Let's zoom out to the weekly. Yeah, kind of defending the previous test up here. Because, these are... Oh, Nike, sorry. These are all-time high zones for gold. So, looks pretty good. We really need to get... It looks pretty good short-term. Really need to get back above that 2K level, and then we'll start preaching on some gold longs. So far, it's attempting to do okay, though. I do like the silver chart a little bit more because it's above that 2420 area, this cluster here, this cluster here. We got the slopes of all the EMAs after deep retrace, liquidation down to 2250. This actually looks really nice for continuation to the upside. I like that weekly candle. See if we can get this week to stay above 2420. That would look pretty damn nice. Platinum. It's back over this horizontal, so that's good. This is back to a long positioning above 950, so not too bad. Is this going to be false breakdown? Test other side of range? Very well could be, and that would be at about 1050. Palladium is just dying and bleeding out once it lost that 1400-ish area. It's just been selling off since then. I mean, this is lower lows, lower highs. Not as near as good as the other ones. Let's see. GDX trying to get going. Yeah, it's just kind of squeezing into here. Sloppy EMAs. Really needs to clear 32 again. Speaking of minor indexes, let's go look at our little minor index. What is it doing? For Bitcoin, that is. Crypto minor index. Um, hey, it's looking good. I mean, rallied really hard. We're above the 450 zone still. Let's ratchet out to the weekly. Yeah, as long as we can stay above about 420, of course it's 420. As long as we stay above about 420, there is mega resistance right here at that 550 level. Trend line cross, this little pivot point, this pivot point. So very important level there, but this is looking really good, man. We actually are getting the 200 starting to print the last 5-6 weeks too. So staying up here for another couple weeks would look real good. Let's see, cores. Oh yeah, course selling off pretty hard off of that pump. But this is we were watching this. We get to $1, we're probably gonna get massive sell off from there just because that fills this gap. That's what we were looking for in this consolidation. We got the gap fill. We're getting the selling pressure now. It may have made it a little bit farther to 120. Pretty serial there, but we are getting selling pressure now. Maybe man, we might even go all the way down to 50 cents on this, and that could still be actually bullish. This one's pretty volatile, so yeah, pretty big price action, but looks like this is done for now. We're getting lots of resistance at 90 cents and some good selling pressure today. All right, I think that's it for today. Let's go look at Apple, some of the majors. Just up and to the right. That's all it does. Look at this chart, man. This is like 45 degree. This is perfect. I mean, it's kind of crazy, actually. Let's see. We do have some bearish divergence here. Man, we have textbook very good bearish divergence 3 times from this, and this. So, man, and right at the fall, and with VVIX doing what it's doing, this is interesting, man. One of my friends texted me today and was like, "Hey, man, let's get long Amazon." And it was one of the other big tech stocks. And I was like, "What? No, dude." I was like, "I ain't getting long up here. Like, what are you, crazy, dude? This was not the, for me anyway, do whatever the hell you want. But I'm not getting long after this huge ass move going into the weak seasonality. You crazy, man? Get out of here with all this bearish divergence." It's like, F that, brother. No, thank you. Maybe towards the end of the year, we'll watch some price action, and we got to get past August, September, and kind of go from there. But yeah, like, no, I ain't doing that, brother. The one he did mention, though, that was kind of and a little bit different was Baba. I do actually kind of like this chart. It has not ran, and we're getting the EMAs all stacked on each other. So I actually do like this chart right here. This one actually looks pretty damn good, and I'm actually going to say actually a couple more times because you have to do that. Hey, what's up, Casey Lewis? How have you been? Good to see you. So I do actually like this Baba chart above about $88. Looks pretty good. Earnings are coming up on the 17th, so still got a little bit of ways to go. But yeah, this chart actually looks pretty damn sexy above $88. Can't be mad about that. Nvidia. Oh, that's the other one he said. I'm buying Nvidia. I was like, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Dude, I'm not buying Nvidia up here. I don't give a shit. I'm not buying it with your money. I mean, look at this. Big gaps get filled, y'all. And look at this. From here to here to here, 3 stabs, bearish divergence. Because when this thing loses like 420, 400-ish area, it's probably immediately going to this trend line at minimum. And I would actually probably look for it to fill this gap too. So on a gap fill, now we can start talking about some long entries. All right, weed stocks, what are they doing? Probably absolutely nothing because the Fed hasn't descheduled it. It's probably just dying. Yeah, just dying, nothing there. Oh, I think that's it, man. Oh shit, yeah, it's already been an hour. I gotta head out. Wrap up. A little bit of pressure here today. As long as we're above 28,000, short term, that looks okay. Long term, it's about 26-ish thousand, and it still looks okay. But the struggle is real for the bulls on Bitcoin. They really haven't been able to break out since March. So they've had plenty of time to do this. They haven't done it yet. That's probably my biggest concern. but I will let price guide me. And until we get back below the 21 EMA on a weekly, or we lose that $26,000 abruptly, I am just riding and hodling for now. Bitcoin is the same thing. I'm sorry, Ethereum in the same vein, riding this trend line still, which is from this lows back here last fall. So it's almost, it's been a good minute here. What is that, 6 or 9 months? Coming up on a year, whatever it is. Holding 1800 looks pretty good, right in the middle of the range. If bulls are strong underneath the surface, I'm expecting them to show that here over the next week or so. All right, I think that's probably it. What is this? Casey's giving us some stuff now here at the end of the stream. MPLX, very nice. That's a good chart. Man, right in the middle of all this range, though. Shit, that's a tough one, man. That is a tough one. This has got mega. Look at this. Let's draw this box out to visualize this a little bit like that. I mean, we're in the range, and it looks pretty good, working its way up. Oh man, Pump Fest earnings coming up real soon on the 1st of August, so next week. Man, at the top of this range, that's a tough one for me. Let's see, you got your stop at 31. Oh, so you're way down here. Yeah, so you got a 10% stop. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. I don't hate it. Look at all these vol flashes up here. So there's definitely a big move in the cards coming up. It looks like the biggest concern I have is it's just smack dab in the middle of all of this. To each his own, though. I'm just talking about my perspective on this chart. I do like a lot of the charts you post, Mr. Lewis, so appreciate that. On this one, maybe I would ratchet my stop a lot higher on this if I were to enter this trade. I would ratchet it up to like a lot higher, whatever. It's like 10%. We're talking like a couple dollars here, a few dollars. But I would ratchet it up to like 33 if it was me. Because you started losing this level right here. That's pretty bad. Let's see the daily. What is this anyway? It's like an industrial thing, isn't it? Yeah. Fuel distribution services, NGLs. Okay, oil stuff. Yeah, I mean, hell, this will look real good if oil starts breaking out. If oil starts getting above, the top part of this box, this mega resistance we've been watching for a year almost now at like $81. Yeah, man, that thing will break the F out. So, not too shabby. All right, I think that's it for today, y'all. I'll see y'all Wednesday morning. Good to be back. Feels good to do some streaming, share some charts with you guys. Keep an eye on this hash ribbon chart. We see that buy signal. It is a free one you can just get. And don't forget, the halving is coming up fairly soon. It's up here, right here. Wait, no, is it? Yes, right here-ish. March or April of next year is the halving. So Bitcoin's playing well so far in the halving game. Going to maybe get a little bit more chop fest 3,000, but generally about 30 to 90 days before the halving, it gets a very large move. So, hey, that's fast approaching. It'll be here before you know it. All right, guys, much love. I hope y'all have a happy Monday and a great start of your week. I will see y'all on Wednesday morning for a DOS stream. And until then, happy trading. This has been Z Rex. No Noiz. Peace.